Hi, my name is Lesléa Newman, and I am the author of many, many books. And I'm here to talk to you about a few of my books and how they have impacted the lives of young readers. I'm going to talk first about my book, Heather Has Two Mommies. So, Heather Has Two Mommies was first published in December of 1989, and I got actual letters, not email back then, but letters. There was one from a child that said, "Thank you for writing Heather Has Two Mommies. I know that you wrote it just for me." And I got a letter from a mom who said that her child crossed out the word Heather and put their name in the book instead because it was so important for them to see themselves in a book. And I also had a child tell me that they slept with Heather under their pillow every single night because the book meant so much to them. So that is Heather Has Two Mommies. I also wanted to talk about Sparkle Boy. So Sparkle Boy is a book about a little boy who loves to wear sparkly things just like his sister. And I got this lovely note. I love getting fan mail. So this is Sparkle Boy, a note, and you can see there are sparkles all over it. And on the back it says, "I love Sparkle Boy. My favorite part of it is all of it. Thank you for writing it. I love it. Eli." So that is a wonderful piece of fan mail that I keep on my desk to remind me of why I do what I do. But the book I want to talk about the most really is October Morning, A Song for Matthew Shepard. This book is an exploration in poetry about the murder of Matthew Shepard and the impact that murder had on the world. So I've done a lot of talking about that book, and I've been to a lot of high schools and a lot of colleges. And one day I was at a college in Berea, Kentucky, and I talked about Matt, who was an out gay student at the University of Wyoming when he was kidnapped, tied to a fence, beaten, abandoned, and left for dead. And he did die from this horrific attack. So I talked a lot about that. And at the end of the talk, a student, college student, jumped up and ran out of the auditorium. And I found out later that what he did was he ran across the street to the convenience store where another college student was working behind the counter. He was the cashier. And the student who had attended my talk said to him, "Can I talk to you for a minute?" And the clerk said, "Okay." And the student who had been to my talk said, "I just heard this talk. I just heard the story of Matthew Shepard, and I really want to say to you, I'm really sorry that I have teased you for being gay, and I promise that I will never do it again," which is rather astounding. And the two young men hugged, and from that point on, the homophobic student stopped his homophobic behavior. So that, of course, was very meaningful to me. The fact that my books can make an impact on young people, both children and teenagers, to change their lives for the better, to inspire them to change their behavior, to help them feel seen in a piece of literature, all that is very, very important. And I'm just going to end by reading a poem by my friend Emily Dickinson, because I really agree with this, and she says it much better than I can. This is a poem called "If I Can Stop One Heart from Breaking." If I can stop one heart from breaking, I shall not live in vain. If I can ease one life the aching, or cool one pain, or help one fainting robin unto his nest again, I shall not live in vain. And so I feel like if my books can help even one person, I shall not have written in vain. Thank you so much for listening.